Hey everybody, and
Almost
welcome back to
heaven,
Pixel Junkies.
West Virginia.
I'm Aaron, joined with Adam and Jordan this week. Jordan's eating chips as quietly as possible.
I'm also listening to Adam sing Country Road. So
we're playing Metro Exodus.
Sorry, I should sing it like the dude in the fucking Fall of '76 video. Almost heaven, West Virginia.
I was just trying to give you the respect that you deserve as a musician. You know, like people.
You wouldn't know anything about that, Jordan.
I don't know. I actually
that's
don't
not
know anything.
good.
Welcome
That's
to
not a good
Moscow 2020. They're just celebrating the Olympics.
That guy didn't give a fuck. He's not even looking at the window. He's like, just another day in fucking. So
that's poutine.
From what I've heard about, this game, it's actually less a post-apocalyptic depiction of Russia and more just like a live stream of Moscow today.
Oh,
yeah,
I can see that. There's definitely a lot of things that happen in Moscow that they don't tell us about.
No, this is a game.
I would argue that it's more communistic than China.
What?
Russia, yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. Because I feel like there's more information at least from China than does Russia.
Okay, well, yeah, but there's a difference between a dictatorship and communism. Those are two different things.
Yeah,
we hear more from China, therefore they're less
dictatorships are just a way, like
a way of life. Dictatorships are just a way of life.
Yeah, as unfortunately that seems to be the way the world is heading. Yep.
Isn't it unfortunate that you can't become a dictator?
That I can't become one?
Yeah.
Well, one, who says I can't become a dictator?
Well, you've never done anything to do it.
No, that's true. In fact, being on this channel has only hurt my any potential ability I have to run for office in the future. Because like Adam Facey's a front runner to be the Prime Minister of Canada, and then you just like
it could probably be the premier though, because apparently nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you thought about running?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, we won't.
What do I need? What do I need? Ulces.
we won't get into that.
I would rather be shot in the head than be a politician because I have no fucking respect for them.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Wouldn't it be the opposite?
Like if not that if you got shot in the head, but if nobody decided to run for premier,
I'd rather be shot in the head. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I think someone stepped up today.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, there are a couple people that have been saying because I'm sure nobody knows.
I don't know what would
this.
happen in that situation.
The premier of our province decided to just fuck off, and now not really anybody wants to replace it.
But like,
so
I guess the point is like, it's kind of an obsolete job because like there's nothing whoever gets in charge is not going to be able to do anything. Like they have no, like it's basically a free salary. You just have to deal with the stress of people hating on you for another term.
Like it's not a free salary. I mean, they're having to make a lot of. Jesus, we cannot let this video be us talking about niche Newfoundland.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I just wanted to say that I think it'd be cool if nobody wanted to do it.
Yeah,
we just say like, well, fuck it, we don't have a government, I guess.
I like that idea.
I don't even know what would happen in that situation.
Would the runner-up party then probably win?
It's like, fuck that, I don't want to do it.
They would probably what they would do then is hold a general election. And then if nobody wanted to run in that, I don't know what would happen.
I like the chaos.
I think the federal government would have to step in at that point and be like, yeah, we're gonna Newfoundland's like. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think that's ever happened in a democracy before where nobody's wanted to run.
I feel like it's...
Fuck, there are towns in America that have dogs as mayor.
Let's do it.
They'll find like some.
Is that true?
Yeah, there's a like. I think there's at
better
least
job
3.
with the roads.
That's insane. That sounds like not a thing.
Well, there's a fucking ass as the president.
He's referring to a donkey and not using it as a curse.
Yeah. A donkey? Do you mean the Democrats? Also, there's a dragon apparently.
Yeah, that's just drove.
Is this Reign of Fire?
Yeah, this is King's Landing. Yeah. Welcome to 2017 or whenever that.
Nobody ever talks about that fucking movie. Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey were in a post-apocalyptic dragon movie, and nobody talks about it.
I think that's why nobody talks about it because
what movie?
The expectations.
Reign of Fire.
Oh,
it was not. If you go back and watch it, it's actually not that bad of a film.
I think I saw a poster for it when it was coming out, and then I never heard of it again.
I feel like people are like, for the most part, unless it's like a critically acclaimed film, people kind of want something that's gonna last them more than just one thing. Like,
yeah, they want franchise.
You want franchises now. They want to be able to
invest time. Yeah, but this came out in 2003.
Like, this wasn't. No, well, maybe.
I mean, it did.
Yeah, but
was
I
a
mean,
while
like,
ago.
in terms of, like, maybe that's...
Well, that 2003 was in the middle of the trilogy phase. Everything needed a trilogy, if you remember correctly. Now everything's a franchise.
Gotta make 400 movies.
I
about
feel
it.
like... Do you think, like... I feel like James Cameron said that he was going to make sequels to Avatar, so he didn't have to make sequels to Avatar?
What?
Like, it became more popular because people were expecting there to be more movies, and there aren't more movies. Like, I know he keeps saying that he's making more, but, like...
Honestly, the first one was enough, and also not as good a movie as everyone thought it was back at the time. I don't think anybody's really defending Avatar anymore.
No.
To be fair.
But I think he's still in the talks of, like, continuing that world.
There's something that ran there, Aaron. You better watch out.
Yeah, we're fine. Everything's
It's probably
good.
just a rat. It's always a rat at the beginning of the...
Catch fire. There we go.
Can you didn't
How great
burn?
would it be if you turned around and you were just in that cart at the beginning of Skyrim?
Yeah.
Here's a work.
It's a very
Horse
very much
thief.
a Fallout feel, and the first thing you always fight is a rat. In most games.
I'm trying to remember what the first thing you fight in Skyrim is. And
It's a fucking dragon, isn't it?
You don't fight him.
I mean, that might be the rat.
He happens
mutants.
around you as you're running.
Yeah.
Because if you did fight him, you would have absolutely kicked his ass. Because Alduin is a fucking bitch.
Yeah, I remember just going up to him with a sword and just hacking and slashing.
Oh man, we talked about this to death in fucking Face Off. Which go watch that. Jesus Christ!
That's
the scariest fucking thing that I've ever seen in a
that just
video
climbed
game.
on your arm and
Yeah.
you don't care about that?
Man,
No, it's
Anton's a
fine.
cool
What the fuck?
motherfucker. He
It's
didn't
not
give a
Anton.
fuck.
What's his name?
Artyom.
RTM. He just got hit by the fucking alien from the Alien
The little
movies,
face
and-
hugger?
Yeah,
The vag hugger
and he's
thing?
just like,
Vag hugger.
They look like vages, man.
That's Harvey Weinstein's nickname.
There's a fucking...
Ew.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
that's
H.R.
gross. That
Geiger
guy's
with his
gross.
penis and vag aliens.
I'm fucking so mad at him. Like, I'm glad he got convicted and stuff, but, like, did you see him going into the courtroom and stuff with
And
that
a
fucking
walker.
walker?
What a
Like, you
bullshit.
PE bullshit. You don't need that fucking walker.
No.
Fuck off.
It's a
They just
pity.
clipped to the ceiling.
It's like I got a bone in his asshole. Alright. Oh my god,
I didn't digest this at all!
I punctured my anus.
you don't have to.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's fucking frightening.
That looks like Morbius.
What?
Yeah.
Morpheus?
Oh, never mind. It looks like the Batman.
You mean Man-Bat?
Yes. Yes.
Can't get it
Why is it
confused
called
with another
Man
thing.
Bat? It should be called Batman because
Because
it's like
Batman's a thing.
I know, but like it should be Batman versus Batman.
Because that would just get confusing.
Yeah, but I think people are intelligent enough to recognize when something looks like.
To be fair, calling
It's got nothing to do with the
Batman
look,
Man-Bat
it's the
is a more accurate
name.
description of what he is. He's a
When I have like Bat Dash
Bat.
Man and Bat No Dash
No,
Space Man.
Batman. He's a Batman. Yeah. No. None of it makes sense.
Yeah, okay. You know what though? I actually agree with your argument of man bat. He's a man who is a bat because he is of the stature of a man. But if it was a Batman, it would be a small bat that looked like a human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be really creepy. That
But
would it would look like a harpy.
Yeah, well, harpies are more bird-like. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's an MG.
But I feel like a harpy is more human than a bat
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
bat creature. Harpy.
Why didn't you take the fucking MG?
Is anybody excited
not
for
Superman.
Morbius?
What?
Is
Excited for
Morbius?
what? Morpheus?
What are you talking
Is it
about?
Morpheus?
What are you talking?
You
Are you
keep
talking about
saying
the
the same
vampire
thing.
movie?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Oh.
like Modius or something?
Morbius. It's Michael Morbius.
Yeah.
Morbius?
Yeah.
I think he said Morpheus.
No, I did after you said Morpheus, but I meant Morbius.
I thought that's what
and
you said.
I thought I was right the first time, and then I second guessed myself. But it is Morbius.
Not really, no.
No,
Isn't it DC?
no. It's a Spider-Man.
Oh, is it?
Villain. Yeah,
Isn't it got like, what's his name?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Yeah, I
So
don't,
it's-
really
he's the Joker, but like
I don't really care about him.
neither do I. But I just it kind of pays homage to the original Star Wars Spider-Man
Ugly
films in the sense that like it just reminds me of like Norman Osborn.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's the Sony one, right? So they
Yeah.
made Venom and then they made... Yeah, I really don't give a fuck about that.
Well,
but
I think they're gonna tie it into the Spider-Man
I hope
because they're definitely going to because oh my God, who played Vulture?
Mikey, whatever.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He's in it.
As the Vulture?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
So they're connecting everything. Yeah.
Okay.
He was in the trailer.
Yeah, I know he's in the trailer, but I wasn't sure if he was playing Toombs or whatever his name is.
Yeah, no, he's the Vulture, and
I
I'm
don't
assuming
know.
he's going to play a bigger
His name
part.
is?
But I think this boils back down to the whole Sony versus Disney thing, where they came to the agreement. So like Venom sucked because they couldn't have Spider-Man in it. But now,
well, Venom sucks because Venom I don't think really
And now
works
Mobius
as a.
is gonna suck because
as a-
Spider-Man's not in it.
no, but I'm assuming Spider-Man could potentially be in it.
Well, except for like Doctor Octopus, Green Goblin, and Venom are all villains that can't really work without Spider-Man, especially Venom. Like Venom's whole deal.
Although I think Venom has like the anti-hero thing, so like
yeah,
he
but
could
that
do
only
a spin-off.
that only works if if you know him as a villain from Spider-Man
Yeah,
first.
I agree.
So like introducing him as a villain in a Spider-Man movie and
But
then
they
having him
did.
spin off where they didn't.
In the third Spider-Man.
Oh, fuck off. That's like 2 franchises
movie. I
ago.
know, it's so sad.
But you know, if you had like you could have a Sinister Six movie, kind of like, you know, Birds of Prey or
They were hinting that
or-
with the Andrew Garfield one.
Yeah, but you didn't have to. You wouldn't even need to have Spider-Man in it. You could do like a Suicide Squad thing, but just with the Sinister Six, and that could be like a bank heist
Yeah.
movie or something. That would be interesting. Spider-Man wouldn't even need to really show up in that.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make Sinister Six, but
Also-
then Andrew Garfield fucked off and they scrapped the movie.
Yeah, I gotta go be in Hacksaw Ridge.
Are you awake?
Yeah, it's
It's okay.
it's kind of unfortunate that some of these franchises get the resets that they do all the time, and it's like, at the same time, how can you expect somebody to do the same fucking thing for 10 years?
Well, I mean, they fucking lampooned it both in Lego Batman and in the Spider-Verse, where they kept being like, all right, let's do this one more time, or go over this one more time, and in
Yeah.
Batman, they're like, Mr. Wayne, I haven't seen you this bad. It's like, you've gotten like this before. Remember in 2014 and 2012 and 2010 and 2009 and 2005 and 2006, or 1996 and 1994 and 1992 and 1989, and that weird time in the 60s.
Yeah, it's weird. I like that though. The cartoons can kind of play off of that stuff and make it fun, but yeah, it's fucking weird. I wish they could tie everything together and make it make sense, and like not necessarily rely on the actor to be the character all the time, but continue the franchise. Like, but people are so obsessed with it being the one person, but like,
I mean, like, there are certain people who just like having somebody else, like, let's say between Civil War, like, for whatever reason, Robert Downey Jr. after Civil War was like, I'm not being Iron Man anymore, and he leaves the franchise.
Yeah.
And they try to get somebody else. Nobody else could be it because Robert Downey Jr. is so good as Iron Man.
but I would argue that like, look at Bond.
Yeah, but Bond's different.
I guess so.
It's like Doctor Who. Like, yeah. Every person has brought their own spin to it. But it's not like it's a continuous story. Like, there's none of the Roger Moore movies connect into the overarching story of
Are you
the.
sure there's one that doesn't Casino Royale or something relate to?
Yeah, like very
Goldfinger or
Yeah, but
something?
very loosely. It's not
Okay.
like it's a continuous story.
Okay.
They're just retellings, really.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was like.
and Doctor Who kind of explains it away with the whole regeneration thing.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they all bring their own spin on it. But like,
It's true.
like if you know, to replace Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man with somebody else, it either have to be a new franchise, or it need to be like, oh, this is young Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
or this is Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even be able to do that because he didn't get his suit canonically until he was in his 30s or whatever.
That's true. Yeah. It's very interesting. I just, for me, I guess it's just for the sake of like continuing the franchise, because it's, you know, if Spider-Man is supposed to be a teenager,
Yeah.
you know, like, it's really hard to keep that up when, you know, Tom Holland is going to be 20 in the next couple of years, or if he's not already 20 now, like, so it's definitely going to be difficult, right?
Yeah.
So,
That guy's just wearing fucking baseball gear. Thank me.
looks like Umpire.
Oh, and that guy looks like with the tube going into his collar. He looks like fucking Saw Gerrera.
Yeah.
Lies, deception.
What is that from?
Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Gullet will know the truth. Saw, you have to come with us. No, I will die here.
I've given up all motivation just now. Fuck you.
I love up to that point. He's like, we must defeat the Empire, whatever the cost. It's like, sir, the Empire just blew up Jedi. I give up.
You've been partying your ass off for 1 week.
Yeah. Or even my sweet ass wife here.
Just drinking vodka.
You just hear in the background, rah rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. My aunt was like, Adam, we got tickets to go see Boney M in town. You want to come? And I'm like, fuck no.
Why?
Because I don't like Boney M.
They're
very
awesome,
much.
man. They're so good, and they're like really talented.
I've
live.
only, yeah, I'm sure they are. It's just the only songs I know from them are fucking rah rah Rasputin
and their Christmas record.
and the fucking Mary.
Medieval child,
Yeah, that one.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's
Fuck
good.
that.
Long time ago in Bethlehem.
But they're phenomenal, and like Mrs. is
It's
like
the Holy Bible says.
apparently there's like there's a big story behind it. I can't remember. Kirsten was telling me about it, and I was like, holy fuck, like
Kirsten
They
is
went
Jordan's
through-
bandmate.
yeah, they went through a lot of like member changes and all that stuff, and it's just like, oh, that reminds me of every other thing I've ever done. It's very difficult to be in a musical group with more than 2 people, or sometimes even 1, but
I mean, that's very famously why Simon and Garfunkel broke up,
it's true.
and why the Beatles broke up.
Actually, I watched an interview or something with him in it, and Paul Simon was doing a solo interview,
Yeah.
and it was only shortly after they released Bridge Over Troubled Water. I think
Was
it
that
was an
their
interview
last
about-
album? I can't remember.
I don't remember if it was their last album or not, but like Paul Simon was literally there, and he's like, yeah, you know, I sometimes get flack that because our Garfunkel was not the main songwriter for the group, and he would get flack because he wasn't the one writing the songs.
Yeah.
And Paul Simon was kind of like, oh, he's off doing his own thing because, you know, he's not the contributor to the band or whatever. And it was like a little bit of like a jab. And I was like, oh, there's some drama like brewing in this interview. It was
Yeah.
fucked. But you know, you can see that like he also doesn't seem like the type to actually give a fuck. And in a lot of musical situations, like there is a main songwriter or you know, contributor or whatever the case may be, and that's cool, that's fine. And like there's a lot of pop artists that just do
Well, I mean,
other people's songs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that was it Sia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
she
she
was-
would write for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now she's an artist herself. There's a lot of that happens a lot actually, like
And then
a lot
there's
of
Billie Eilish.
Eilish, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
She does her own stuff.
Oh right, yeah. I'm not a huge Billie Eilish fan, so you know,
She's amazing. I think she's got a great voice. And
Oh yeah, I can hear the greatness in her voice. I just don't like the style of her music. It's very
Yeah.
sparse to me, and I don't like.
Some
I will
of it-
admit, "Bad Guy's" not a bad song.
yeah. Have you heard like Ocean Eyes?
Nope.
You gotta listen to that because it'll change your mind instantly. Like you'll be like, "Oh, that's actually a really good song."
Yeah.
And it's not
I
the
mean-
same as any of
I
the
mean,
other
to be
production.
fair, Imagine Dragons put out 2 good songs, and I still don't think that they're that great of a band.
And that's true. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that you know sometimes
Because I
that's
was
all
lied
it
to
is.
about Imagine Dragons. I'm still salty about it. I got into Imagine Dragons because I heard Radioactive, and I'm like, this song's great. It's fucking amazing industrial sound, is really
Yeah.
heavy, and then the rest of their album is like super light and folksy. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this? Not folksy, sorry, but like light pop.
I think Winter Sleep did that too with the. No, what's
It'd be like if Metallica
Yeah, yeah.
opened up with like Disposable Heroes or something, like something super fucking heavy, and they're like, oh yeah, I can't wait for this album. And then the rest of the album is just like the Eagles or something. And it's
Yeah.
like, not that the Eagles are bad, it's just like that's not what I want.
No, but there's something to be said about that as a musician too. Is like how to please yourself artistically, and like sometimes you want to cover a bunch of different genres and different things, but then to also please an audience which is expecting a certain, especially after you've had a hit.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people who are one-hit wonders because of that.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as they put out a hit that people appreciate, they're like, how come all your music doesn't sound like this? And it's like,
I mean, there are people who get stuck in that. Certainly, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just musicians. Like, there's a lot of artists. Like, I know J.K. Rowling is, before she kind of lost all her public goodwill because nobody decided to take her Twitter away from her. She was complaining, and I do feel for her in this. She was like, "Yeah, I can't write anything that's not Harry Potter because this Harry Potter's so popular that anytime I tried to write anything differently, it doesn't, like, nobody cares." So she actually went out. She went to her publisher, and she said, "Hey, I got this book. can you release it under a pseudonym? And they were like, yeah, sure. And it was doing okay.
Yeah.
And people, like, the people who read it was like, yeah, this is fine. Like, it's not like, it's kind of the same level of Harry Potter. Like, Harry Potter's a good book. It's not, like, mind-blowing in terms of its literary, but it's a very competently written book. I enjoy the hell of it.
It's got some really, like, I'm currently listening to an audiobook of the 5th one. Because
the
Half-Blood Prince.
No, that's the 6th one.
Oh, the 6th one. Sorry, the 6th one.
Yeah. The 5th one is The
I
Order of
didn't
the
read it.
Phoenix.
I didn't read it, and I just...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of got too old around that time.
Man, you're never too old for Harry Potter.
No, I know, and I know that now, but, like, at the time, I was like, I stopped reading a lot, so I just decided to pick up the audiobook.
Who does the audiobook?
I can't remember, but he's really good. He does up different voices for each person in it, and, like, there's a moment where someone's singing, and he's like...
I'm Hermione. I'm super annoying.
It's true, though.
Fuck
like,
off.
But he'll do it. Like, he'll be like...
You don't get to say that about Hermione.
Abroad, Harry.
It's not Emma Watson, and it's some random dude in his sound booth.
It's true. And
Why are there fucking dragons?
They're not
They're
dragons.
bats.
Oh, why is it in every post-apocalyptic game like, let's make the bats fucking massive?
Because that's what would happen when mutation happens.
That's not how mutation works.
Over time, it is.
Whoa! I don't know why I reacted so strongly to that.
Mutation fucks with your genetics.
Yeah, but it wouldn't... Okay, so Anton saw the nuclear bombs going off,
Yeah.
presumably.
Yeah. Artois.
Or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't give a fuck. So, presumably, this isn't too long after the nukes have dropped. That's not enough time for the radiation to have that
I think
big
it
of an
takes place
effect.
about 20 or 30 years later.
Yeah, it's not that. That's not enough time. Like, we're still... Like, it's been 20 or 30
There's
years
also
since...
supernatural shit that happens in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
it's not
fair
just
enough. And I'm
nuclear
not
fallout.
saying, like, obviously Fallout does the same thing, and it's just as unscientifically accurate there. It doesn't matter. But... Also, what's happening here? Did you get captured or something?
Yeah, we thought it was our crew picking us up, but it wasn't.
Oh.
And then so we basically just jumped in their car, and then they gun-butted me in the face.
How great would that be? It's like, okay, we gotta grab these guys. And you're like, get us in! It's like, okay, this is the easiest kidnapping.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah,
Like some
we didn't
kid
kidnap
jumping
it.
in the white panel van to get out of the Rams. Like, thanks, mister! And he's like, oh.
You're welcome, penis kid.
Penis kid.
What was it you were saying?
Rasputin, lover of
Oh
the
yeah,
Russian
Fallout.
queen.
Something like everybody in the world feels the power of like one X-ray because of Chernobyl, like annually.
It did release a shit ton of radiation. Like it did, in terms of, I think it did increase like the background radiation of the planet by like a measurable amount.
Yeah.
Not like a dangerous amount.
No, but like
definitely
an X-ray,
measurable.
which wouldn't be too harmful. But
Also,
like,
way to go, these fucking guards. Like, hey, these guys are completely disarmed. Better let one of them choke us out.
did you just get shot in the face?
Yep. Also, the blood on the screen looks like shit because I have the FOV modded.
Are those other two people dead and you're alive?
Yeah.
Something. What other game is this? This is literally Fallout New Vegas, isn't it?
No?
Really?
Isn't that what happened in New Vegas?
No, in New Vegas, you got shot in the head.
Didn't you just get shot in the head?
No, you got shot in the chest.
Oh, sorry.
You also weren't, that was before the game, so.
Yeah, the game takes place afterwards, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just assumed that this was like a big story part, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, this is also the third game.
Are you the same character between all three games?
Yeah.
Yeah, you play Anton.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so in the first game, it's basically there's these Dark One mutants that you're trying to get rid of, so you end up sending off a bunch of bombs to blow up where they live. And then the second one, you realize a couple of them survived and they actually weren't all assholes. And one of them actually kind of becomes like your sidekick throughout the game, who has the ability to like allow you to like see the past and shit. They're like, I don't know, they got some weird superpowers.
Okay.
And then at the end of that game, you'd basically blow up the area that a couple enemies have occupied. I don't know, really know
That
how...
game was basically like communist versus fascist, right? Because I remember there was
Yeah.
like a Nazi faction.
There is a Nazi presence. In
Just
this
like
game,
America.
This game is about Artyom, or Anton, sorry, trying to contact like the rest of the world to see if anyone is out there after the apocalypse.
I do like the idea that the rest of the world is fine and it's just Russia that got fucked.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Do you think this is what happened to Russia when the dollar flu came in from?
Yeah, this is
the
a division
The
cannon.
dollar flu?
Yeah, it's in the division. The sickness that killed everybody else. It's called the dollar flu.
Why is it called the dollar?
Because it was spread by putting smallpox on dollar bills, and then
Oh,
during
shit.
Black Friday when people were started circulating the cash. Like it was specifically targeted to be when
Wow.
everybody was going to be out in the malls and stuff, so that's why it spread so quickly.
You know what's fucked? Someone could just do that.
Yeah, well, you need to because I mean, like what it was, we have a vaccine for smallpox.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
was
not-
it, though. It wasn't smallpox. It was a heavily modified strain of smallpox,
Yeah.
so that everyone thought it was smallpox, and that's what the way they treated it. But then it actually had like a longer incubation period that had knock-on effects that couldn't be treated by smallpox vaccinations.
Yeah. So people got sick, and like a lot of the diseases that we have now, unless they're randomly mutating,
Yeah. Like coronavirus.
you couldn't weaponize it unless you had access to a lab and very specific materials, essentially.
I do feel like that is a thing, though. I feel like that's a common thing.
I mean, you could, but the problem with biological war, like viral warfare, is that there is no off switch,
Yeah.
and viruses mutate really quickly. So they're a
Yeah.
very unreliable weapon because there's no let's say America wants to do that to China.
You can't choose who's getting.
Yeah,
hit by
because
it.
somebody all it takes is one person to make it back to America.
Or if
and
China
then-
wanted to do it to America and accidentally created the coronavirus.
yeah.
I mean, silence.
Tinfoil hat.
The channel has been closed by the Chinese Communist
Oh, man,
Party.
Winnie the
No,
Pooh.
I don't. I hope that's not the case. You know.
It would be the one of the worst things that you could ever imagine.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I mean,
government
they
could do to its
they mustard
citizens.
gas people in the fucking World War One. Like, I don't think.
China?
No, I'm.
Well, yeah, people did.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know that's what some people think that's why the Spanish flu became so deadly is because mustard gas has properties in it that affect genetics.
Oh,
And
really?
so they think that because the flu was so just single-celled organisms, that it that the mustard gas mutated it and made it even deadlier.
Oh shit! Wow.
Because it hit the trenches, tore through the French, English, and American and German ranks, and then it started to die off, and then it came back with a fucking vengeance. So they think something happened there,
Wow.
and then it spread to the rest of the world. Did you know that?
But it was pretty also a deplorable situation there too, where like you had like it's the same thing as like right now, like if every 30 days they make I don't know 25,000 chickens in a chicken coop.
Yeah.
So what happens is like just think about it. If a virus gets from one chicken in those 25 days, all the way through to like the other side of the pen, let's just say, that form of that flu mutates between each chicken and becomes a super virus.
Yeah.
So that's why all our food is fed the antibiotics that it is.
Yeah.
But so just think about it like in World War One, where everybody's cooped up in those trenches.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
type of flu, it's the same as like overpopulated areas. Like it's so easy to spread in China because it's so populated.
Yeah.
That like okay, someone gets coronavirus, but then the next person gets it, and it mutates between people. Like I mean, it's not as like cut and dry as that, but it does happen over.
Yeah.
The longer something can incubate, the more it can change genetically, right? So it's fucked to think about it. Like,
But yeah, I mean, there is a reason why any flu that kills people,
Yeah.
like any sickness, like cancer is different, but any like bacterial or viral infection
Yeah.
that kills people, is not a human illness. It is an animal illness that has jumped the species gap. Because all human flus do is basically they'll make us sick, like you'll vomit and throw up.
Yeah.
But they generally don't kill you because it's actually a really bad idea for an organism to kill its host.
yeah, I never thought about that.
So
Yeah.
cowpox, for example,
Yeah.
all that does is make cows mildly sick. But when it transfers to humans, we get fucked because
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
it's suited for the cow physiology.
That's I never thought about that.
That's why when the Native Americans, when the British colonists came over,
Yeah.
got fucked by our illnesses. Did you ever wonder why the British colonists never got fucked by the Native American illnesses? Because they didn't. There wasn't.
yeah.
The reason is because
White power.
they had no illnesses because they didn't fuck off. They didn't have the Native American population didn't have. There were hardly any domesticated animals in North America. The only domesticated animal in North America was the llama. That's the only one.
No dogs?
And dogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like
But
sled dogs
but we
and
very
stuff.
rarely get diseases from dogs. Rabies is the only one, and
Okay.
we have and there are rabies in other parts of the world as well.
Yeah.
But everything else, like are other like strains of avian flu, swine flu, cow flu, they all come because humans had interactions with farm animals, and now it takes a very long.
Which goes back to my argument about the chickens in the chicken coop.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
25,000 of them. Like
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying you're completely
no,
correct
but
there.
it makes sense because they're all like they're not out in the wild and like
Yeah, and if you have a farmer who's in contact with 50,000 chickens every day, the chances of you picking up something from a chicken is like so infinitesimally minute.
Yeah.
It might as well not happen. The chance for that farmer to pick something up, still kind of minute, but definitely higher. The chance of somebody in his family over the course of many generations picking it up,
pretty likely. Yeah.
yeah. So
Crazy.
that's why. That's,
And yeah, I mean it's
now obviously there are other like illnesses and stuff, but like genetic disorders and cancer and that kind of stuff. But that's different. We're just talking about like viral infections and that kind of stuff.
But I wonder if like cancer has a similar kind of like hereditary.
I mean, there are certain cancers that are hereditary.
Yeah, so like obviously it's just like I think the worst thing they did about cancer was give it one name, because
Well,
like
I mean, no.
it's kind of like by definition it's abnormal cell growth.
Yes.
So like a mole
I
is
mean, all types of
technically-
cancer have different names.
It's true, but like I mean in terms of like fear for the disease, because like I don't have fear that I'm gonna get, I don't know, for example, pneumonia.
Yeah.
I have fear that I'm gonna get cancer because it's just an all broad spectrum disease that's
You
the
mean
likelihood
lymphoma?
is 1 in 4 or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's like technically it's like
I mean, pneumonia's probably not going to kill you.
no, but like break it down like in terms of like okay, well, what's my chances of getting pancreatic cancer? It was like 1 in 10,000 or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so like I think the level of fear in just naming it one thing is what kind of like makes it even more fearful.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was just like a flu or, well, that's not a good example either, but like, yeah, I think if it was like named specifically for the region and had like a different name other than cancer, like, then it would spread a bit less fear amongst people, right?
Yeah.
You're probably more likely to get heart disease in Newfoundland than you are to get cancer or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's heart disease in my family. I probably have heart disease,
Yeah.
which is, why I'm so focused on doing cardio. Because,
Yeah.
and I mean, even then, it's, eventually I will probably die of a heart attack. That's not, that's just how it is. That's probably how I'm going to
It's
die.
just statistical, yeah.
But I mean, I'm very lucky. There's no history of cancer or anything.
Stop
in my
touching
family,
my
so unless I
wife.
pick it up from the environment somehow.
Yeah.
So
But that's the
anyway, wacky fun jokes on the Pixel Junkies.
serious talks today, everybody. Serious talks only.
We're
playing a very serious game.
Yeah.
Stop touching my wife.
You knock him out.
Is that your wife?
Yeah.
I like the idea that he's like a World War I British fighter pilot. He's like, don't worry, chaps, we'll get out of here. Ha ha! Time to get back to jolly old
They're
England.
basically that, but Russian.
Oh, okay.
Artyom, I see the
Wait, did
end.
you lock him in there? It's like, that's for touching my wife.
Give me a boost.
You're fucked.
Can't really see.
No, please. He doesn't realize that the handle's on the inside.
Artyom,
Help me!
I mean, I can probably climb up there too.
Yeah. I could just climb on this ledge. That's bullshit.
Oh, okay.
It'd be great if you could climb up there and just beat the game.
Yeah, it's just like whatever the fucking theme song is just starts playing as soon as you climb the ladder. What?
Theme song is Real Big Fish. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Of course.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So loud.
Do I have a throwing knife?
There's a
No,
reason
I
that ska
can't.
isn't popular anymore. I don't know what
No,
it is.
ska's eternal. Jordan, would you ever be in a ska band?
I would argue that with Violet does a little bit of ska stuff. With
Yeah,
the
I haven't
saxophone.
heard with Violet, so.
It's not really. It's like funky.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, funk isn't ska, Jordan.
No, but there's a lot of similarities between it.
Yeah.
It's like ska is like funky punk,
Yeah.
right? Like there's a little bit of like that, like like that's very much.
I think the best definition I've ever heard of ska was it's the sound checkered shoes make on vinyl.
Yeah. That definitely is it. Or checkered pants. Just checkered pants. Like nothing else but checkered pants.
Why did his face explode?
You shot him in the head.
Like there's like his face is like.
I don't know. Oh, hairy boner.
You didn't sneak very
Is
well.
ammo conservation very important in this game?
Yep.
Ammo is also your currency.
Oh, fuck that.
Not in this one.
Oh.
You got a 28-minute mine in your pocket? What the fuck is that?
No, it's my my air
Oh.
for when I have a gas mask on. So in the first two games, like incendiary rounds were basically currency, special ammo. There's regular ammo and then special ammo. Special ammo is the currency. You could also use the special ammo and it did more damage.
I always thought that was a really neat gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, it wasn't too
I
big
mean,
of a
it's the
problem.
barter system, right? Like realistically.
Yeah.
Like,
And it would make sense, like, bullets are actually, like, in this kind of situation, bullets are much more useful than bottle caps.
yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
They would have an intrinsic value.
Well, you know, the argument on all of
do you
that
wanna
is
do
that,
You throw a brick at his head, it's like, hey, alarm! Boonk.
I threw a can at him by accident.
yeah, money's just arbitrary anyways for the barter system. It's just like,
I should say you a video about the history of paper money, Jordan. You'd actually probably find it very interesting.
I'm sure I would.
Do you know what the most commonly used currency before modern times is?
Semen.
Before the paper currency got adopted?
No.
Already
The
said.
cowrie shell.
Yeah, semen.
The what?
The cowrie shell. It's like there's like a shell.
Oh, a shell, like a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. What is that? What is that? What movie is it? The Flintstones.
yeah.
That's what they use in the Flintstones.
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, currency is such a funny thing to me. It's so weird. It's
Well, currency has value because we say it has a value.
Yeah.
God, we're getting into another non-funny topic. God damn it.
I know.
Essentially, what currency is, it's basically a natural evolution of the trade system. So, Jordan, let's say you have apples and I sell like socks.
Yeah.
You say I'm like, oh sweet, you want some socks? I want some apples. Here we
Yeah.
trade. What if I don't want your socks? Or you
Exactly.
don't want my. So we
Exactly.
need a third good that everybody wants, and we can all trade for.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh hey, I don't want your apples, but I will take those calorie shells off you or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Aaron, can you do something fucking funny so we can talk about it?
I just
I'm
wish
gonna
we
shoot
still
all
had
these
gold
buddies here in a
blooms.
minute.
This is a very serious game. I said this. It's not funny. You're just gonna get your little train and it's just gonna be like Thomas the Tank Engine.
Come on, motherfuckers, come on!
This is the R-rated version of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah. Have
Straight
you
up.
seen the Biggie Smalls Thomas Tank Engine mashup?
No.
Oh, it's
Sorry
great.
it's so dark. If I turn my flashlight on, they'll see me. I don't want to be like Rory playing
Is
in
it like
the
the
dark.
Little
over here.
John Lazy Town mashup?
Yeah, it's like that.
Amazing.
Oh fuck yeah! I like that. It's
We're gonna bake a cake.
It's the
Oh,
way
fuck
we're gonna bake a cake.
Somebody like
It's a piece
super
of cake to
up
break it
pitched
pretty.
him.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. Yeah, it's the way we make it. Oh yeah. Fuck that shit, it's yours, bitch. Fuck that shit, it's yours,
What about
bitch.
the guards first? Okay, you got it.
This is a great. The first time I saw it, I fucking lost my mind.
I don't know why. It's so funny. I'm thinking about like
Little Wayne sucks.
he does. These games, I can't. I don't know what it is about Fallout. There's like specific things about games that I like really latch onto, and I'm like, I can't play this game for some reason. It was like Dishonored. I love the premise of Dishonored, but I can't play through it. I just can't like.
But
I don't know if it's the environment or like I think the environment in this is just
yeah,
too
you're
dark
too
for me.
spooked.
I need to play the second one of Dishonored because
Oh, yeah.
I like the first one a lot, but I haven't gotten around to the second one
I
yet.
think it's just too dark.
Fair
I also don't like sewer level. I hate sewer level.
Well, it's a game
Yeah,
called Metro,
and
and most
a
of the
game like
games
this
in
is
the
kind of
Metro,
all
as is
sewer level.
Dishonored.
What'd you say?
I said these games are called Metro, so most of them takes place in a Metro, except
Yeah.
for this one, and Dishonored also.
Definitely. And yeah, I think that was kind of like Riddick. I didn't like Riddick for the same reason.
Like
what
Riddick
else?
was hard for me to get through, primarily just like I don't know, I didn't really like the controls.
Yeah.
Like the movement felt nice, but it
Yeah.
just felt weird.
What else was there? There was the couple of levels that were in Uncharted, where it was like in it was like a sewer type
Yeah.
in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. Like that was where like
when the zombies or whatever.
I was so pissed off playing that I put it down for months, and only came back to it after because
I can
was
imagine Jordan getting really mad at that scene, just strangling his controller.
I was so pissed. I was like, I keep fucking dying here because I can't see shit.
Yeah.
Like it's fucked.
Yeah.
I don't like sewer scenes. I don't know why. I love the Ninja Turtles, but I don't like sewer
But
scenes.
they only live in the sewers. Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, my issue with I played through the first Metro game when it was new,
Yeah.
and really did not like it. Are you a person? Yeah, okay, just standing there. Because in the original release of the game, ammo was like super scarce.
Yes.
Like you get like 10 bullets in the whole game unless you like go around scrounging shit and intentionally avoiding combat. Except you can't do that. There's like almost no sneaking in the game. You need to partake in combat in a lot of places to literally get to the next objectives. It's like you're giving me no ammo and I have to kill like in some parts literally like 40 enemies. So it's like I don't have the bullets for this. I don't know how I'm supposed to do it.
Do you know what's an AI concept that hasn't really been taken into consideration?
An AI concept?
Yeah. In video games.
No, what is it?
The fact that they run out of bullets.
Yeah.
I wish that was the thing. Like, that would be so cool as, like...
I certainly wish that was a thing in Division, because there's guys that
Oh my
sit down and just...
God.
I got into a firefight the other day in Division where 3 fucking dudes had me pinned down, and they were the machine gunners, and they were all, like, crouched down and just... And then they had their fire staggered, so, like, it was a continuous stream of bullets. So I just started hucking nades at them until they could, they fucked off.
What else can you do? Like, it's annoying. But it'd be kind of cool, like...
Yeah, I mean the AI in these games are really good, and the issue that I'm talking about with ammo was fixed when they did the Redux versions of Metro.
Okay, because I think I have... I think
they sort of readdressed the game so that ammo is like actually usable in the game, and the weapons aren't completely pointless. But the AI in this one in particular is super good because the enemies will surrender. Like, if they feel outmatched or outskilled or whatever, they will surrender.
It's like that scene in John Wick where...
that might be a thing. If they run out of ammo, they might surrender.
Remember when Vigo left John Wick getting strangled out in that church? And he gets in his car, and then John Wick jumps on the hood of his car and points a shotgun at him. He's like, cooler, 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 cooler. Just imagine that's what these guys are doing. Like, they're just like, we had this guy surrounded, and, like, outnumbered, like, 50 to 1. He just slaughtered all of us. And the guy's like, you know what? That's good. I'm okay. I'm joining Team Anton.
That's fine.
Anton. I got too much shit already. Okay. Yeah,
You have too much ammo. That's not right.
Not too much ammo. Is it health pack and shit?
Oh.
And craftables.
I feel like these guys are... Oh, did you punch that window out yourself?
Yeah.
Or was that an animation?
No, he punched
I don't know why I had a stroke there. Jesus.
Maybe it's not heart disease that'll kill you.
How am I getting hit?
God, I'm genuinely...
No, I'm just joking.
Generally, that thought freaks me out.
I thought that was like something in
A
English. And I was like,
pidibidin he torabin mo.
Not Mo.
oh,
What the hell happened there?
this is a cutscene. That's cool.
That took too long to die, so.
Oh, she's dead. You crushed her by jumping on her head.
Don't worry, I'll fight. Don't land on my womb. I'm pregnant.
Not again.
The baby pops out like a pea from a
Like a
pot.
fucking bar of soap in the shower.
Jesus Christ.
That's so fucking disgusting. Why did I say that?
Rotten.
We got a train heist. We gotta steal this train.
Bum, 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 bum.
Stop touching my wife.
You're so possessive.
Anton's a super asshole. He's like really possessive of his wife.
Stop being so possessive of me.
I will say, as much as I fucking hate that movie, and I do a lot, one of the most effective scenes in any movie I've ever seen was the C-section scene in Prometheus. That scene, I still can't to this day watch that because it was so fucking visceral.
It's pretty,
Better stand here instead of
pretty
getting on the
sickening,
train.
that's for sure.
Yeah. Come on,
Trust the dank engine.
Yeah. Bow, 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 bow. I really expected her to get shot in the head just there.
It's a
Like,
perfect spot to have sex. Oh, we gotta go up here. Okay.
Have you all?
don't look.
Oh, have you all seen Monsters on Amazon?
What?
Amazon Prime. There's a new show called Monsters with Al Pacino in it.
Oh, it's not the movie?
No,
You mean Hunters?
Hunters. Sorry, why did I think it was Monsters?
I don't know.
It's fucking cool as shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like Nazi hunter shit.
Oh cool.
Yeah,
I'm always down for hunting Nazis.
yeah, but it's like grim and dark. Like the first 5 minutes, I was like, holy fuck! It's they do a pretty good job of getting you.
I wonder if they go after Adolf Eichmann, because that was a real dude that they hunted down and they brought back to Israel. Stop fucking
Maybe?
flashbanging us and capturing us. God damn it.
I don't know how much truth is to it. Maybe it is based on a true story. I'd never looked into it yet, but there's 2 series. There's that, and there's a new one that's on Netflix. The girl who played in It Part 1. Did you see It Part 1?
No, I haven't seen any of them actually,
Oh,
honestly.
It Part 1 is really good, but the girl who plays that is kind of like this Carrie character in this new series.
Oh.
So she has like superpowers, and I don't know.
Oh yes, yeah, I've seen that one.
This could be.
It's something. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like a 17-year-old girl and she's like going through puberty, but she's also got like telekinetic powers. and
Yeah,
stuff.
I can't wait to watch that.
Apparently,
either,
it's
like-
quite good.
Yeah, it looked like the first scene is like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I haven't really got a chance to watch it
What
yet.
show is that?
Here, let me look it up
I
on.
can't remember
on
what it's
my
called, but it's like
handy
You Could Be
Netflix
Next or
app.
something weird like that.
You might
Like,
want
it's-
to. You might want to. Hang on, I'll see if I can.
It's some cliche thing, whatever the name of it is.
Okay, I'm gonna turn down the sound on my phone, but Netflix is still gonna autoplay it max. I hate that about Netflix. You're just scrolling through quietly, and all of a sudden it'll be like Altered Carbon Season 2, and it'll be like.
Even just the Netflix like,
Babo!
yeah, like the GameCube entrance logo, right? There was a TikTok or a Vine or whatever it was, and it was like the guys turning on the PS2 in the middle of the night. It was fucking hilarious. Like, dude, like that's really quiet, right? Like you got the volume turned down. He's like, yeah, man, like don't worry about it. The volume's turned down all the way. He's like, are you sure, man? Because like and he boots up the PS2. It's like,
I'm not okay with this.
I'm not okay with this. I was like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
some
that.
cliche thing, but
Oh, right. Yeah, it's
yeah.
been a Stranger Things producer. or
yeah.
whatever.
Looks decent.
So Hunters kind of gives me the same vibe. Like there's
What?
it's an 80s themed
Oh,
See,
okay.
or 70s or 80s themed like kind of throwback show.
You call it Cunters?
Hunters.
Oh, that's what I heard.
Hunters. It's the Hunters. Mike Hunt, right? You know Mike Hunt.
Yeah.
Um,
Suck my cunt.
Mike Hunt. He's a friend of mine.
Is he?
Mike Hunt.
You know all the cunts.
I know all of the Hunts, but mostly Mike Hunt. Mike Hunt. What?
You gotta stop.
Bleep, 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 bleep. I feel like that word has
Oh, man,
become
and Neon
less
Genesis
offensive
here
over the
again.
last few years.
Oh man. Oh
Stop
man.
bleeping
Oh
it.
man.
What'd you say?
I said we stopped bleeping it.
Yeah, I feel like people are more like. It's still a harsh word, but I feel like people are less.
If you get offensed, then you have the option to not watch this video, just like everybody else.
It's like everybody else. You will join the billions and billions of people not watching at home.
God, that's such a depressing thought. It's not that it's not that we have an average of 10 views per video. It's that we have an average of 7 billion non-views per video.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
The internet is
depressing.
so expensive, yet no one gives a fuck.
Who has
about
a battle train? Honest to God.
Holy Jesus, that
Cortez.
fucking
What's his name?
MG.
From who's the guy from Red Dead Revolver? He has a battle train.
Never played it.
Oh man, there's the one. That's the hardest fucking level in that game. You stop in front of this train that is just machine gunners, fully bulletproof, and there's a fucking cannon on top of it that just blows your goddamn horse up. It's awesome.
Not my horse.
Not my damn horse, but it is a fucking cool scene. What did you say earlier? Who's in it? Someone's in it?
What?
Someone's in the show? You were like, this is awesome.
Oh no, I'm just saying this is awesome because I just realized that they have Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Adventures of Tintin on Netflix.
Oh, I wish there was more Tintin movies.
Yeah, Tintin was good. I enjoyed that movie.
I didn't realize Spielberg did.
Yeah, kind of has his thumbprints all over it if you know where to look though. Like it oozes his style.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that it was like yeah, I just when I watched it again, I was like, oh shit, Spielberg did do this. Yeah, it was a cool animation style too.
Yeah.
It was very unique. Like, I feel like everything Spielberg does lately is like less critically acclaimed, but just as good as
Well, I mean, what was the last movie he directed?
Ready Player One.
No, he didn't do that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh. Then
Yeah.
what was it? Shit.
it was so good.
Okay.
I'm reading the book now, and
I like the book. Like the book is fine, but
Yeah.
I like reading the book because it shows that even somebody who's not that great at writing can still make a really successful book. So it gives me hope.
why is it just that example of the book? Like,
It's just not great writing. Like it's very. Oh, that guy got fucked. It's very. How do I put this? I enjoyed the
It's not
book, but it's
cohesive.
pandering. It's very pandering, and it's also kind of cliched.
yeah, okay, I can see that.
But it's not a. I mean, you know, it's not a bad book by any means. A lot of the stuff that I like is cliched the fuck.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about that. I think familiarity is the reason that things become so popular because like
He
you
wrote
know.
another book, you know.
Did he?
Yeah, it's called Armada, I think.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
ready
yeah,
yet. It's on
yeah.
my list.
But is that doesn't have anything to do with
No,
Ready
no.
Player One.
I think it's more. I think that one's more a spin-off of fucking. What was the one where the kid?
Zathura.
No, that's a third. Although that was a good movie.
It's a boomerful.
No, that was a good TV
That was
show.
a sequel to
It was a kind of a spin-off to Jumanji.
yeah.
Because the guy who wrote the book spun it off into. Who was the somebody really weird wrote Jumanji.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
No, that'd be amazing though.
Robin Swaggums.
Yeah, that's it. Robin Swaggums.
All his buddies. Yeah. What's the-
Oh yeah, same guy who did the Polar Express.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
He
so-
wrote Jumanji.
Yeah, he wrote Jumanji.
Oh.
Napoleon Express.
Napoleon.
The Polar Express, Aaron.
Is that with Tim Hanks?
So he wrote Jumanji and the
Yes.
Polar Express.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'm just a stalker. I'm not with you.
Yeah.
Take the bomb as close to the boiler as you can.
Take this, Arnold Schwarzenegger's train.
Apparently, it's still very busy on
That guy
DoorDash.
just fucked off. Oh, he's absolutely dead. He just jumped out of the train, and I look to the left, and I see my train coming up behind.
Oh fuck.
Ling 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 ling.
And I'll jump
I don't remember
now.
what I was talking about before.
Zathura and
No,
They're
Jumanji.
talking about
Ready Player-
Airbnb.
Ready Player One.
Vince
Oh yeah,
Slayer.
something to do with Ready Player One.
Spielberg.
Ready to One. The
I don't know,
sequel.
man. I still like all of Spielberg's movies. Super
Yeah,
8.
no, he didn't do Super 8.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. That was J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
Are you sure he didn't have a hand in
Take
it?
that.
He might have been an executive producer.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry. Super 8 is a modern retelling of E.T.
he- Yep.
That is why.
Although I think it's
Spielberg.
superior to E.T., honestly.
I-
Goodness, you're okay.
well, I mean, it had newer technology,
Yeah.
and
I also think it's just a better story.
it is a good story.
It's and I don't know. I really like that film. It's good. It's like
Yeah.
it's Stranger Things light. It's like this
Yeah.
is Stranger Things without having to bog yourself down to 3 seasons of fucking tedious bullshit.
I would argue that it's not tedious and that it's great. Did you see the teaser trailer?
I don't watch shit.
Oh, well, it's literally 30 seconds. It's kind of cool.
I don't watch crap.
I mean, it didn't really establish anything, though.
It didn't know, but it was like, oh,
Ding, 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 ding.
okay.
I actually, obviously I'm joking. I really do. I watched about the first half of the first season of Stranger Things. Loved it. Never went back for some reason. Just I don't know why.
Oh, you should.
I'm not a big TV person anyway. Like I very rarely watch TV shows.
Yeah.
To be fair, so that's not a super new thing to me.
I hear you.
Like everyone was like, "Oh yeah, you got to watch Game of Thrones," and I kind of had to force myself to even watch half of it.
Yeah, I was in that.
because it was definitely worth catching up for season 8. Oh man, was that worth it?
Adam watches cartoons.
I do. I watch
He's
mostly
still 8
cartoons.
years old.
Cartoons are quick,
there's
and you
nothing-
don't need to be so cerebral about it. I don't think, but there's certain television shows that I really like to get into. I know Andrew's definitely more into TV, probably more than any of us.
I think Rory's the one who's into TV more than anybody.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Before the accident, of course, when he had to leave the channel.
Well, there you
The
go.
what?
This
The accident.
episode is powered by
accident?
Altered
We
Carbon.
don't like to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, what the cloning accident? We've said it before. We think we got the original Rory, but we'll never really be sure.
It's like that.
We fixed the
Paul Rudd
the
series.
colorblind thing, so that's a plus.
But now he
Wait,
likes
is
square
it true?
foods.
What?
Is he not colorblind anymore?
No, he's still very much.
Oh, I was
colorblind.
like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my god, is there actually a clone? I'm tripping balls, man.
Make
How
Jordan
great
even
would
more-
that be for Rory to get a text?
Why would he
from
be the
you
one
at, like
now?
at 12 o'clock at night, being like, "Are you a clone?" That'd
Make
be
Jordan even more
so
anxious
fucking
than he
funny.
normally is.
What's that?
I said to make you even more anxious than you normally
Yeah,
are.
that's true. I was, oh man, am I a clone?
Oh man,
Have you ever
new
played
episode.
Soma, Jordan? You should play Soma.
What?
You should play Soma.
Wait, you
Soma?
love Soma.
Yeah. Not only is it like super spooky, but it's also like
Altered carbon.
it would like fuck with your brain, I'm sure.
Can't do it.
All right, we'll do it there. We'll leave it there. Maybe we'll pick this up again another time.
Maybe.
But thank you for watching, everybody.
Toodaloo.
Thanks for joining us, Jordan.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you all again next week.
See all 7 of you later.
Well, it's the same person 7 times.
Okay. It's Aaron checking the video.
Yep. Just refreshing the page.
Yeah. Let's take it.